Hello, I'm back again. In this video, I'm going to be touching on Pluto in Cancer, the Pluto in Cancer generation. Pluto was last in Sidereal Cancer from approximately 1933 to 1953. Now, hopefully you've seen my previous videos on Pluto, but just to recap what Pluto is. Pluto signifies propaganda, the media, toxic ideology, accelerated success and death, mutilation, suicide, to kill or be killed. It has a lot to do with nuclear power. As I said, toxicity, the corruption of energy, manipulation, power struggles. And ultimately, as Pluto is a malefic, it seeks to remove all impurities. It has a higher purpose. But unfortunately, as with all malefics on this plane, it's most potently expressed in a volatile way. Now, what is Cancer? Cancer and the fourth house, ruled by the moon. You also have to understand the axis of Capricorn at the other end. Cancer has a lot to do with the stomach, your intestines, your digestive system, your mother, the matriarchs of a family, the womb, your early childhood development, your foundation in life, your ancestral home, your birthplace, patriotism. These are all themes that I want you to consider when you're considering Pluto in Sidereal Cancer. Now, as we discussed in the Pluto Gemini generation video, because of this link to propaganda and control and manipulation, during the Pluto in Gemini transit, that was 1907 to 1933 approximately, a lot of toxic ideologies came forth. Also, a lot of people who were born during the Pluto in Gemini generation had a lot of pure ideals, the purest ideals. Unfortunately, Pluto in Gemini saw the rise of fascism. During Pluto in Gemini, we had films such as The Birth of a Nation. We had Hitler's Mein Kampf being released. So what happened during Pluto in Cancer now? We had the rise of Nazism. We had Nazi Germany, the Holocaust, eugenics, or the eugenics related to Nazi Germany, because eugenics, of course, existed prior to this. And this is the main thing you have to understand when you're looking at Pluto generations. It doesn't necessarily mean that these things didn't exist before. But Pluto is about extremes. As I said, accelerated death, being toxic, trying to control, trying to manipulate a situation, manipulate the masses, manipulate an individual. In 1941, Orson Welles released a film called Citizen Kane. And if you look at this film, I mean, it's a masterpiece. If you haven't seen Citizen Kane, I highly recommend it. And I hope you'll understand from the morals there are in Citizen Kane why I'm bringing it up now, at this point. For those who want me to elaborate further, Citizen Kane follows the life of Charles Foster Kane, from humble beginnings to a reversal of his family's fortunes. He grows up to become a media mogul and aspiring politician. Ultimately, when his dreams crumble and he's left a miserable old man, he laments on his lost childhood. As Pluto in Cancer has a lot to do with being nurtured, in 1948, following the war, in the United Kingdom, they launched the healthcare system as we know it, the National Health Service, the NHS. Pluto's going into Sidereal Capricorn in December. So that's something to think about and stick a pin in. So, as I don't want this video to be as long as the previous video, I want you to understand that a result of Pluto transiting Cancer was this toxic ideology and this pressure that was placed upon women, specifically mothers and matriarchs, upholding the nuclear family. A lot of Nazi Germany's policies relied on German women, mothers, having and maintaining this family unit, this family, raising the children within this toxic ideology. And when you look at World War II and you see Rosie the Riveter, and you see this stressing the importance of the perfect housewife. So there was this suppression and this control of femininity. This is your role in society. This is your obligation to society. And it was, as I've said, psychologically traumatizing for mothers, this period, and those born within this period. One person I want you to remember, because I'm going to bring her up in a later video, is Betty Broderick. She was born in 1947. One last thing regarding Pluto in Cancer is this was a period where, because of the patriotism, a lot of nations sought their independence. And as I said, this wasn't just occurring in this particular period, but there were legislative documents signed, treaties established, where nations were going to, moving forward, be founded, be formed, and also gain their independence. And of course, going back to World War II, that resulted in the end of the Japanese Empire. So, not as long as Pluto in Gemini or my introduction, but I'm trying to speed through this so you just have a simple understanding of how Pluto works across these various generations and how Pluto in your chart operates. I hope you found this video interesting. I'm going to leave further information regarding this Pluto generation down below in the description box, as well as details on where to find me and how to get in touch. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and look out for the next video in this series.